Do you work at a desk? Ever worry about suffering with pain or problems as a result of working at a desk on your computer? Well, I'm going to let you know the activities that you can do for 3.5 minutes at the end of every day that are going to help you out with that. So stay tuned. Thanks for checking out the channel. My name's John. I'm the head therapist at John W Sports Injury. We are looking to do 3 simple things at this channel. Help you understand your body so you can get rid of pains, weaknesses, injuries, so you can strive on and hit your health, well-being, exercise and sport goals. If you haven't subscribed yet and that's the type of stuff you want to be seeing, why not hit that subscribe button below? But are you working at a desk? Let's be honest, a huge percentage of society now spends at least some time working at a desk. And we know that essentially this isn't what we were designed to do. In our purest form, we were designed to be moving around, hunter-gathering type thing. But now the world makes us sit, and it makes us sit and spend a lot of time in flexion, or what I term our flexion-addicted society. This might mean that we're spending a lot of time flexed at our wrists as we type. We might be flexed at the neck looking at computer screens, flexed at our hips while we sit at the workstation rather than walking around, and flexed at our spines as we slump forward at this workstation. Doesn't sound too great, does it? But actually, what we can look to do is look to put things in place to counteract those problems and make sure these things don't start to build. Because when it comes to workstation posture, it's not something that happens instantly. It's not like tripping over a curb and we instantly get pain. It is things that we are doing over a period of time slightly wrong that compound to become a problem. So I want to talk about how you should spend 3.5 minutes every day to stop those problems compounding and to help you feel better about your workstation. And ultimately, this comes down to a series of stretches, stretching some of the key areas that may have become tight due to the posture that we predispose ourselves to when working at a computer and at a desk. So what we should be doing, well, we finished the working day. You want to make sure that you've got some space at your desk, and we want to go into standing. The first thing we're going to look to attack are our wrist flexors in here. When we're typing, we have wrist flexion happening. These muscles can get short and tight. So onto your desk, place your hands with your fingers pointing back towards you. That will instantly look to open up these, and you will start to feel a stretch depending on how tight you are in the area. Then what you can look to do is just manipulate that body position, but bring your body closer to you until you feel a stretch through those key structures. You shouldn't be causing pain here, shouldn't be causing soreness at the wrist, but once you feel a stretch in the area, we're looking to hold this for 30 seconds. And that's your first 30 seconds at the end of the working day to make sure that these problems aren't building in those wrists. Then what we want to do is move on to our hips. So we know that when we're seated, we sit in hip flexion. Across the course of the day, these become tight. These attach into our lower back and cause lower back pain, pain down our legs, pain in our hips. So we want to go the opposite way and get into hip extension. So from standing, all we look to do is tip our hips backwards. So going into hip extension, almost pulling your bottom forwards, and you'll start to feel that stretch. Now, you can take the front leg a bit further forwards, and you can look to tip your chest backwards. And now you should be starting to feel a stretch through the front of your hip. Again, we don't want pain. We just want to ease into that stretch. So the more we go into it forwards at our hips and backwards at the top, the bigger the stretch we feel. We feel 30 seconds in each side. Then we just simply change and repeat onto the other side. So that's our wrists, that's our hip flexors. What we want to look at now is our neck and our upper traps area. Very common, particularly if we sit quite low at the workstation and we look to reach up to the keyboard, we can get short and tight in these areas. Who hasn't finished the day at some point feeling a bit of an ache in those upper areas? So how do we get rid of that? Again, go into standing. You can grab hold of anything like your chair or perhaps your desk, the side of your desk. All we're looking to do there is fix that shoulder down. So if I'm holding on with my right hand, I just simply turn my head to the left until I feel a stretch in this area. And we look to just hold that stretch for 30 seconds. Once we hit 30 seconds, we simply look to go onto the other side, repeating the same thing, holding onto the desk, feeling that stretch there. That's 2.5 minutes. And we've already stretched out our hip flexors, our wrist flexors, and our upper traps. The final thing is our chest area. Again, we get very tight in our chest if we're in this typing position, this closed chest position. So we want to do the opposite and open this out. Nice and simply, just grab hold of the wall, place your hand against the wall, a flat hand up against the wall, and then look to rotate your chest away from the area. So as I come away, the chest, my hand remains on the wall, and I feel a pull right the way through the front of your chest is where you should be feeling that. Normal pattern applies, 30 seconds on one side, then we repeat on the other side. And there we have it. That's 3.5 minutes. But in that time, if you can get into the habit of doing that at the end of your working day, it's things that you could do whilst you're on a call, it's things you could do whilst you're reading a document, or maybe even reflecting on your existing day and planning out the day that lays ahead. So we can use this to not be an interruption to our working day, but almost make us feel more productive and ready to attack the next day, not only with better work plans, but body feeling better as well. Remember, holding those stretches for 30 seconds. Is that something that you're going to try? That would be of great interest to me if it is. You can let me know that this has been helpful to you and it's something that you're going to take on by smashing that like button. If you've got extra things that you like to do throughout your working day to help yourself out, drop me a comment below. And as I mentioned, make sure you subscribe because I'll keep you updated on more videos just like this one. And here's another video that we think is going to be helpful for you on your health well-being journey.